What up? It's Leo here at your service. If you know, you know. I know that we were part of On Exclusive and we talked a little bit about the rosters there. There have been a couple of episodes of Recall wherein I covered my thoughts on roster reveals. Pero let's have this platform as well. Let's have a nice and in-depth but as well brief YouTube video about what I think about all of these rosters for MPL Philippines Season 12. Let's get into it, and let's start with a team that actually got away with not getting rated because Raf kind of got emotional and talked about why some of the players from ONIC went missing during Season 9 or after Season 9. Let's talk about ONIC PH, alright? ONIC PH in Season 12 is a unique and, how do I say, they're so para all-star eh. It's a perfect mix of known names, established names, returning faces, and talents that you could have sworn weren't hitting their potential in other teams. So the fact that now you have call-ups from MDL and Gem, XP laner extraordinaire, you have Prince and Nets staying, Boss A rin, syempre, Boss A is still there. You have Ryzen from Omega, one of my all-time favorite junglers of all time. You have Cram from TNC, di ba? Na again, just made the way he played the XP lane matter so much in Season 9 moving forward. Siya yung sa mga pinaka-stable na XP laners I've known. You have Escalera as well, di ba? Na medyo meron siyang roaming stint in the past season. Pero the way he won Rookie of the Season in Season 9 was through mid, no? And you have a new name in Yoshino as well coming up. So, of course, Perxiva. Didn't really see much play under RSG PH, pero now he's here. So, you see how my thoughts on ONIC can go in different directions, right? Number one, I already said star-studded, all-star. I'm hyped for this. A lot of my all-time favorite players in the league are here. It's no secret how I feel about Rapidot and Ryzen. But, you're also wondering, paano sila mag-mix? Paano sila magbe-blend? And there are answers to this question. You have ONIC PH and the respective players posting na meron silang ONIC program wherein they're also putting effort and resources into bonding, into shared experiences prior to Season 12. And I think that's very important. So that should prove helpful, useful to this new venture that they have coming into Season 12 as well. This whole new frank and honest and unfiltered approach that Raf has led his team into pre-Season 12. So, I'm excited. Hopefully, it translates into the Land of Dawn and we see more of ONIC PH from Season 10 moving forward rather than the rocky run that they had in Season 11. I haven't really mentioned yung coaching staff nila. This I covered a little bit in On Exclusive, but with Coach Bluffsy at the helm, he's an MPL champion, he's an OG, vet kung vet. You also have Coach Bam, previously of Omega, Coach Jeff coming back up from his stint with MDL, and then Coach Wara! I don't know him personally, pero there's a reason why he's part of this star-studded cast, right? Apat silang coaching staff ng ONIC PH, and we'll see how they use their genius to full effect in Season 12. So yeah, that's my thoughts on ONIC PH. It's a question of blending. It's a question of what kind of playstyle is going to come out of this team, because I have no idea. I can assume that there's a main five. I can assume that it's going to be mainly, hula ko lang to, Rapidot, Prince, Nets, Ryzen, Cram. Nothing against Gem, nothing against yung mga bangkukong players in my main five, but see, even mid is tough. Who do you play, Prince or Escalera? They're both very good. So yun, those are my thoughts on ONIC PH. Let's move on to the next squad. Echo loud, echo proud. How about it? Keeping it tight. Here are my thoughts on the M4 and Season 11 champions lineup for Season 12, alright? 6-man squad. Literally, it's that main 5 in M4 plus JP. I mean, you can say it's the M4 lineup minus Kurt. Pero, check this out, alright? As far as I know, as of recording of this video, wala pang roster reveal ang Echo. And that's what I meant when I said Echo earned that reputation. Echo earned the love and the respect and the hype that they have with even without a video dahil ito yung release nilang lineup. This is a lineup that they've wanted for so long. If anything, I think they wanted Daddy JP to be part of MSC. I can't say for sure kung magiging impactful ba yun, but it seems like JP is a big X factor in Echo's success so far. I've spoken on what I think of Echo and why this lineup is so strong on many public channels in the past. Basta tiwala ako dito. This 5-man lineup, 6-man lineup, plus Coach Tic-Tac, plus Coach Trevor, it's so hard to beat. Yes, they have had such a rocky go in the past 2 or 3 months. Started from Cambodia, MSC, SPS in Jakarta, and now coming back home. Sana napagpahinga sila. Sana merong bagong apoy ang Echo, and I'm hoping that they're motivated once more. Now, something I can add to the narrative or the dynamic is their new roster, their new roster, their new jersey. New jersey. Ang ganda nung jersey nila. When you look at it first, mukha siyang parang abstract patterns na parang kinaleidoscope. But when you look at the details, those are actually mirrored orcas. And it adds so much texture and character to the roster, why do I keep exchanging roster with jersey? To the jersey that they have. When you look at it, medyo nag-change lang yung hue, yung palette niya, but it's very similar to their M4 winning jersey na yung purple with the gold, right? Here, they got rid of majority of the gold. If anything, there's no gold here anymore. It's just back to the purple, black, and white. And I don't know if that's a narrative choice. I don't know if that's them saying, you know what? Forget about Season 11. Forget about M4. We're back to square one here. We have to prove that this lineup works. We have to prove that we have what it takes to defend the M Series World Championship back-to-back. We're going to M5. Parang ganon. That's what I'm guessing, and that's what I'm reading into this. So yeah, it's obvious I'm a fan of Echo. Yun ang nakikita ko. And let's see. I'm hoping that this pulls through, right? So far, that's where I'm at Echo. That's where I'm at with Echo. We can move on to the next team. How about we go back to one? Let's talk about Blacklist International. As close as we could have said to them having a fully functional deploying 10-man roster is actually just 9, right? You have the MV3. We missed them in full force. Like, it's been a while since all-in MV3 ang naglaro. You have new names in Kimpoy and Aeon. For those of y'all who don't know, Aeon has been part of Blacklist for a while now. He is a SEA Games gold medalist from 2022. Technically 2021. You have Sensui now, who was once a member of ONIC from season 10 and 11. Now, for sure, now playing for Blacklist. And then you have Owl, you have the Hitman Renegade, and you have the Magic Man in Yue. So, something I can say about this lineup is obviously hindi mo magagawa yung Team 1, Team 2, Team A, Team B, main sub situation. What's gonna happen here is they're gonna figure out what works as a 5 and then have the subs, or they're going to have configurations much like ONIC Philippines Season 8, yung pinakita sa atin ni Coach Yeb, wherein there are some mainstays, pero if you want to try certain strats, like you want to go fast, you want to play for scaling, you want to play to choke out the map, meron kang lineup for that. I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen here. Yun ang aking theory. And something else that comes into my mind when you're talking about this Blacklist, when you're showing me this lineup, is it's very young. These 9 players, collectively, on average, their age is at an all-time low. They're very young. Even compared to when Blacklist didn't have Oh My Venus and Wise for the first time in Season 9, nung nag-break sila doon. They had Dexstar, they had Eson ready to be deployed, and that kind of pulled up. And I'm not just talking about age, right, as a number. I'm talking about like experience. And alam mo yung vibe na meron kang kuya, vibe na meron kang, you have someone who's slightly older than you, slightly more wise and experienced, na all puns intended, na talagang gagabay. And that's where our coaching staff comes in. That's where the wisdom and the guidance of Coach Master the Basics head coach now, Coach Dexstar, just one of the greatest analytical minds I've ever met in my entire life. Coach Khaled, who has been working with the team for a while now. Hindi ko alam kung part siya nung M4 or even season 10 run ng Blacklist, but season 11 we've seen him more often. We've seen him on cam even and on ground at Shooting Gallery. And of course, Coach Bonchan. Coach Bonchan is back. We've seen more of him recently in Snapdragon. Hindi lang umabot, sadly, yung version ng Blacklist na yon. Madaming kinailangang i-grow or if anything, Blacklist used their Snapdragon Pro Series experience to help tailor this lineup. At least they figured out all the possible foils or yung direction nila to going back to one or finding a new shade of black, trying to reclaim the crown with this kind of line, with a young lineup without Oh My Venus and Wise. At least parang may ganun sila. Meron silang testing phase like that. And now we have this 9-man lineup, this 9-man roster. I'm here for it. I like it. There's a lot of promise. And some players for sure aren't going to see as much play. Like, when you field and when you have Haji, when you have Edward on your roster, you can't not play them, right? I'm looking at Sensui as well. Sensui here, sobrang... What word am I looking for? Siguro, just to put into context, ang laki ng pressure kay Sensui dito. Sensui really has to perform out of his mind. Because Blacklist is looking at him and the rest of his team is looking at him and saying, man, kailangan ka namin para mapagana to. And more behind the scenes, I'm not so sure how much play he'll see. And you know how much of a fan I am of Rene J. You can say bias, whatever. Pero, ang laking impact ni the Hitman sa kahit anong team na maging bahagi siya. So, regardless if he sees play, regardless of the deployment to the Land of Dawn, it's the same, I can say. For every single player here in Blacklist, every single member of their playing lineup, even their coaching staff, ramdam mo yung pressure. So, all the agents, like, uunahan ko na kayo, just show support, show some love. I mean, the fact that they've done this, even non-agents, even non-Blacklist fans, this is a reason for us to kind of like, oh, hey, this is a new kind of Blacklist. I can be a fan of this. I might like this, diba? So, enter Season 12 with an open mind. That's my take on Blacklist International. We'll do 4 and 4. How about it? For the first half, we'll cap it off with this last entry here. Let's talk about RSG Philippines. Let's just address the elephant in the room. They're now just RSG PH. They're no longer RSG Slate. They're not just RSG. It's RSG Philippines. All right? This is a very consistent lineup. Let's give credit where credit is due. Even at the start of the season, mid-season, kahit padulo na, when it comes to the playoffs, you can never, ever, ever count out RSG PH. Siyempre, still at the lead, Coach Panda, one of the most decorated and just brilliant minds in and out of the game that the league has ever seen. And something tells me his dynamics with Coach Theo is on point. Because even when Coach Theo and the rest of RSG PH flew out for Snapdragon, we had some time to chat and talk. Full trust. When Coach Theo was with the boys there, alongside Lexi, their manager, he was in charge, alongside with Lexi, right? So, kahit wala si Coach Panda, even with just these two, right? That's how much I look up to Coach Theo is tiwala sila. Tiwala yung team, tiwala yung boys. So, now that it's Panda and Theo back at the helm, you can expect the same level of consistency and excellence from RSG PH. Let's talk about the roster. You have Soul coming up. He's new to me personally. I really haven't seen much of this young man's games. Siya yung bagong dagdag alongside RTZ, who was playing for MDL Season 1 under RSG Ignite. And bata ako to si RTZ. He was once known as P-God under TNC Season 8, and then RTZ Season 7, Workcaster Force. And this is a dream come true for Light. Because say what you will about having a rocky Season 8, right? Pero naalala ko, kinikwentuhan ako nun, and I would still chat up with them. I would still talk to them. Yung connection kasi talaga nila eh. This is even from when I first started coaching them, right? Season 7. Iba yung tiwala nila sa isa't isa. And even if they're both very strong personalities in-game, kapag nahanap nila yung flow, there's nothing that can stop Light and RTZ. They're so versatile. And this is perfect coming in to this lineup given that you still have Aqua. You can't count out RV. Aqua is a genius in mid, all right? Alongside some of my favorite players of all time, Sanji, Etumax, Haji, even you as a rookie, you see a little bit of the management in space and yung mechanics niya. The genius of Aqua cannot be denied. But when it comes down to it, if you ask me, si RTZ kasi aggressive yan. Si RTZ, homie made the Nana work. If I'm looking back at season 8, napagana ni RTZ, his name was P-God back then, yung Nana. And it takes a certain level of craziness and just being aggressive with it and being confident to make things like that work. So there's that difference between Aqua and RTZ. Aqua more controlled, more disciplined, more technical. Si RTZ, wala. Kung balagbagan lang, I think him and Light can revive and do a renaissance with the whole choke aggression style gameplay wherein hindi makakahinga yung kalaban. And then of course you still have here Eman in the gold lane. You have Nats still, such an explosive and reliable XP laner. And then of course, here he comes. Hindi siya nagkaroon ng pahinga. Hindi siya magpapahinga. Alright? He's not gonna be able to rest well, as Carl Tizzy said. Irad, which I'm so excited because this just extends the storyline, alright? Between the mechanic and the young goat. Sobrang... Again, there are no matches right now. Looking at the whole schedule of MPL Philippines, there's no matches that I don't want to miss. Because RSG and Echo, it's that lower bracket best of 5. Right from season 11, the playoffs. So, yeah, that's what I have for RSG PH here. I'm so excited for him. I can dig the roster. Here we go again. Roster jersey. I can dig their jersey, alright? Ang ganda ng jersey nila is because they have that subtle Filipino parang batik pattern on it. But you really have to look. You really have to look to see it. And then you look at it from afar, it just kind of blends. And then you know that it's intricate details there. And it's very Filipino. I'm digging it. Also, kudos to RSG's overall marketing and management kasi they found a way to kind of distinguish all of the different RSGs between MY, SG, PH. They're all very different. Pati yung character ng mga teams nila. So, as you all know, it's OCK. I'm a big fan of the cute one, Lucian Cutie, Indonesian import for SG. Just crank that up to 11 for how excited and how much I love RSG PH's roster in Season 12. That's that. Real quick, just my thoughts on half of the rosters of MPL Philippines Season 12. We'll tackle the other 4 in another video, but yeah, let this be the official start of my content churn for Season 12. Hopefully, if you guys enjoyed and you had a nice, insightful experience watching this video, click like and subscribe to my channel. You can reach out to me at LeoCastsPH everywhere. And let me know. Put in the comments kung may questions kayo or some thoughts you have on the 4 rosters I've currently covered. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.